Welcome to the program. You already know what it is. Today is Friday, August 7th, 2020, and you are now tuned in live and direct to the Karen Hunter Show. I'm Lamar King, filling in for the vacationing Karen Hunter. She's taking a break. And it's also hashtag Foolishness Friday. You're listening to SiriusXM Urban View, channel 126, where talk empowers and becomes action. You can follow us at SXM Urban View on Twitter and Instagram. Now that we're settled in, and it's a Friday, and we're on the way home or wherever we're going, and the week has been what it was. So today has got to be what it is. So we're about to jump into Jokers Wild, ladies and gentlemen, and I had to reach out and find 4 jokers, and these jokers are wild. So please welcome to the show, one at a time, round of applause, Joyelle Nicole Johnson.
Hello, my darling. Hello, everyone.
Hey, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Long time. Been a minute. Fan favorite.
You can hear me, though.
Yeah.
So.
All of the above. All right, and from Dope Dealers Podcast, a wildly entertaining podcast on the internets, please welcome to the program, Philly's own, by way of L.A., Mr. Jamal Doman.
What up, what up, what up?
What's the good word, man? Comedian extraordinaire.
Hey, Jay, we here, man. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, it's nothing, man. Comrade. And also, last but not least, another funny touring comedian out of the South. Philly by way of Charlotte, I think, right? Or Charlotte by way of Philly. One of those. Mr. Jay
By way of
Bliss.
South Jersey.
South Jersey. There you go. Jay Bliss.
Jersey in the building.
There you go. Jersey love.
What's going on, man?
Good, man. Bliss is Ignorant Podcast, another wildly entertaining podcast that you can check out on the internet. We're going to throw out some of these wild and lesser-known headlines and see what we can come up with, because it's a lot of funny out there. I don't know if y'all know this story. Y'all see the story about the man who lost his penis to an infection, and so the doctor just built a new one on his arm? Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this. So a British man, he lost his penis to this is the report. He lost his penis to a severe blood infection, and now the doctor was able to build one on his arm. His name is Malcolm McDonald, and surgeons were able to add 2 extra inches to his manhood, and they're waiting the final surgery to transfer it to its rightful place, so we can rebuild him. The 45-year-old had a perineum infection. I dropped out of med school, so I don't know what that is. And it worsened into sepsis, and he soon saw his fingers, toes, and meat manhood turn black in 2014. Then it fell completely off. And they said although his testicles were still intact, he had to make this move. And he said, of course, it is maddening having a penis on your arm. Not even I am used to it, but when you think about it, it's actually amazing. These are his words. They did a skin graft. This guy is Malcolm McDonald.
Well, he got to change his name to Malcolm Armstrong now.
Malcolm Armstrong. Rem Shot Smith. There we go. Yes. Malcolm Armstrong.
I think he should keep it McDonald, and we should do a remix to Old McDonald, because now Old McDonald got a penis on his arm. That's real.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a new definition of Arm and Hammer. You know what I mean?
Hey.
As far as cleaning up around the house.
Yeah. Well, I know, it's just foreskin on his forearm.
Yeah. I want to know if, does Viagra still work for him? Like, how does that do? I mean, does he... First thing, he got to get a new tailor, because all his shirts need to be, he need a penis pocket for his shirts now. So he got
like you got on your drawers.
The only thing I can think of is Delroy Lindo on Malcolm X when he told him to come exercise his arm. He said, "Yo, exercise my arm."
Yeah,
like, yo, you gotta extra exercise your arm. But the thing about the article, he said everything turned black and then it fell off. So people wanting to be black for that reason, it might not be a good thing.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, internet dating. I mean, if he's internet dating, boy, that's gonna be he gotta put that on his profile, because you can't scare a girl like that.
Oh, that has to be the first picture. That has to be the first picture with his hand on his chin, like the high school yearbook photo, and with the dick dangling, the dick arm.
Not a dick dangle, but the funny thing is, the dick dangle is the least of what offends me in the picture. I just hate his facial expression and this hand under his chin. He looks ridiculous.
Nah, I mean, I think it would be cool if he was able to pee out of it, because then that way, if somebody was talking trash, you can hit him with the Spider-Man joint and just get some pee on him and then walk off. By the time they figure out it was pee on him, he'd be out.
Now, if he puts a glove on, is he covering all bases? Like, is that considered safe sex? Just wearing,
we are wearing latex gloves these days.
That's right. Exactly.
I want to cuss out these doctors, man, because their priorities are messed up, man. First, let me tell you something. You can't even find a cure for COVID-19, but you can put a penis on somebody's arm. Like, these doctors got their priorities messed up, man.
See, that's a different ministry. That doctor has been focused on the penis for their entire career. They weren't doing infectious disease, just infectious penises. That's it.
Well, he said he was essential, so that was essential surgery. I mean, you can't really go without, so you got to.
No, you're right.
But whose decision was it? Like, when it came in and be like, all right, we got to put it somewhere. Like, did they roll the dice?
The arm? I mean, out of all the places, you want to put it on the arm?
I wonder what it was down to. Was it down to like the shoulder or the inner thigh? And they just
You got your forehead, you got the forearm, or we got the back of your neck. Now, which one you want?
The back of your neck.
All right. Joker's Wild, ladies and gentlemen. Jamal Doman, Jay Bliss, Joelle Nicole. All right, next story. Let's see. Hey, here's one. Would you guys try genital matchmaking? Now, this surgeon reveals a new procedure that uses fillers to enlarge the male genitalia and rejuvenation to tighten the female genitalia to create what she calls the perfect fit for couples. And they say this surgery has surged in popularity over the quarantine. They say lovers are lining up to have this latest trend in cosmetic surgery. It's called the perfect fit, which is designed to improve their sex lives by increasing friction. According to Dr. Lucy Glancy from the UK, it always starts in the UK. She claims that the lockdown has seen a flurry of couples signing up for the service, and consultations are given to measure and match the couples up before offering the necessary enlargement and rejuvenation procedures to make them a perfect fit. Would you do that, Jamal?
Well, first thing, my wee-wee is big enough, so I don't even, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But this is this is actually a great idea for couples, especially, couples with kids, because they kind of already have this. They have the coochie rejuvenation surgery. This is actually perfect. I would do it. I don't need to do it on my end, but my lady, if she wanted to do it, this is great, man. This is what doctors need to be doing. Instead of putting penis on the arm, come up with this. This is a great idea. You know what I mean? They don't need to cure COVID. Do this, because this will stop a lot of couples be going through it. The kids come out. They get a little loose down there with the coochie. So this is a great idea. I would do it.
Loose with the. But hey, it's called the perfect fit though. So if let's go back to my man McDonald. Like if his old lady had the same issue, but she had it on her right arm and he had his on his left arm, I mean, that's a match made in heaven. All they got to do is shake hands and it's on and popping.
My thing is, the only thing about this, it's a great idea, but this gonna mess up divorces. I mean, because if you get divorced, like, can the guy take the custom made vagina with him? Like can he roll? That vagina was made for him.
But they're gonna call it the perfect fit. This surge happened during the pandemic, during the quarantining. It happened, right? That lets you know that entanglement wasn't going on. So the side pieces, which was satisfying the marriage, are no longer available. So they were like, how can we fix this? Now they went to the doctor, go ahead and get the perfect fit. Now, it's going to fit perfectly till she goes see her man's when his quarantine is over. Then it's going to get blown out of proportion, so to speak. And the surgery will be a waste of money. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you're going to do. But if you wanted to go back to my man McDonald, you can get a doctor and you can get a hand attached to her thigh and get a replica of your hand, because that probably is going to work better for him.
Okay. Now, because they said, I read this article, they said how they do it is, they said guys who masturbate, that's why we like to masturbate with our hands, because our hand is the perfect grip. You know what I mean? So they kind of go off of that. Yeah, that's what they you know. I don't know nothing about that because I don't masturbate. Right. I'm a good Christian.
Righty. Wait a minute. Let's talk about that for a second. Masturbation is against Christianity? Let me know this. Let me understand this. Let me talk to me.
All right. Moving on to the next story. Joker's wild. These jokers is wild.
I just want to say that if you go one way, you got to go the other direction, because I'm not a size queen and I have asthma and allergies and I can't breathe through my nose. So we could take an inch or two off a couple of these dudes out there.
Oh, jeez. That's more than friction. All right. Here we go. Jokers wild, man. These jokers is wild. Jamal Doman, Jay Bliss, Joyelle Nicole Johnson. All right, moving on. Let me find another story. Let's see. Oh, this one is interesting. Okay. They say people are having seizures, losing vision, and some people have even died after drinking hand sanitizer. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they published a report Wednesday saying that 4 people have died and nearly a dozen others have suffered health complications after swallowing alcohol-based hand sanitizers in recent months. This is from May through June 30. There were at least 15 cases of methanol poisoning reported in Arizona and New Mexico. And each of those stories were associated with people drinking hand sanitizer. The ages ranged from 21 to 65. 13 of them were men. And they said this investigation highlights the serious adverse health events, including death, that can occur after ingesting alcohol-based hand sanitizer products containing methanol. What say y'all?
I got no
4 less votes for Trump.
4 less. Hey.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let me tell you something. I have no sympathy at all.
My question is, are they?
Go ahead,
meth are they meth heads or are they alcoholics and they're not understanding? Because sometimes addiction can cause you to do some crazy stuff. You know, like an alcoholic might drink vanilla just because they can get buzzed off of it. You understand what I'm saying? But
true that.
Like
true.
you taking the hand sanitizer, it's almost gasoline, really, and you basically drinking it. But nobody read the instructions. So you're going to kill yourself over some hand sanitizer because you are either trying to get a meth head buzz or you trying to get alcoholic buzz and you dying.
I got no sympathy at all. Listen, if you're that, let's keep it 100, y'all. If you're that dumb to drink hand sanitizer, then you deserve to die. That's all. I'll keep it 100. You deserve to die because, listen, if you that dumb, like if you survive and people's like, don't drink, what's next? I mean, next week they're going to be drinking bleach. It's like, come on, man. To me, it's some people ain't supposed to be here. I believe that.
Yeah, I think it's survival of the fittest at its finest.
Yeah. Natural selection.
They could chase it with a
natural selection.
You know what I mean? Make a game out of it.
Natural selection. Now, I'm not saying that I have, but I can't get past the taste. So I don't even know how you would get enough of it down to take you out.
Oh, the smell. That's not even a thing. Y'all ever seen that show, My Strange Addiction?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they got people in there drinking Listerine and like the brown Listerine, drinking it.
Yeah,
like,
the real, the uncut, that uncut Listerine. Yeah, the 80s Listerine. Yeah.
Now the only thing I give them is Arizona and New Mexico, so it is hot as shit in them two states. So maybe the heat got to these cats and just made and fried their brains. That's the only little thing I may give them.
It's possible. Somebody
Yeah.
probably, that old. Now we're not making fun of stupidity or death, but I feel like somebody was like, drink bleach and die, and they just, okay, and they went and did it, which is unfortunate. All right, moving on.
Well, maybe it was because hand sanitizer wasn't on the list, and they was like, well, that's not on the list because I know we're not supposed to do all the other stuff like bleach, and we ain't supposed to do Tide Pods, but nobody said hand sanitizer, so it's good.
And also,
it just kind of sounds like a YouTube challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And especially with all these new flavors they got, man. They got new cucumber-based fragrances. It's too many, man. Watermelon. They might have been thirsty. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, let me see. Last story here. They say, okay, this is good. Joker's wild. They say in search of his lost love, a 90-year-old man comes out as gay. The bravery. He says, I've never felt so free. This 90-year-old Colorado man, decades-long search for a former partner named Philip, ended up in him coming out online nearly 60 years after his brief relationship with the love of his life. His name, I don't have his name here. His last name is Feltz. So Feltz is a Navy veteran. Ken. Okay, Ken Feltz. He knew he was gay since he was 12 years old. And despite a few brief flings during his adolescence, he kept it hidden because of his Christian upbringing. Understandable. It wasn't until meeting Philip that he briefly lived out his life as an out gay man. The only thing I could do was just hide it. I just denied it and ignored it. He said, I had really planned on taking it to the grave with me and never being anything other than straight. That's what Feltz told USA Today, courtesy of USA Today. And the bravery. I mean, that's Caitlyn Jenner level bravery. I mean, to wait till you're 90 to
you know what that is, man. You know what that is, Lamont? That's him waiting for all his boys to die off.
Oh, wow.
He actually came out.
Yes.
Because your boys going to give you a rip, and they going to be like, yo, you gay? Like, for real? Like, they going to be clowning you. He didn't want to deal with the clowning, so he's like, yo, they dead. They all dead, so now it's time for me to come out.
Wow. I didn't even think about that one. That's real. That's real.
That sounds real stressful.
Yeah.
He was gay during the Great Depression and World War II.
Wow.
Really stressful.
In the civil rights movement.
And the civil rights movement.
Right, but then the thing was, in the article, it was saying that his daughter came out when she was 20 years ago and said she was gay. And he didn't want to say he was gay, too, to kind of make it seem like, oh, she came out and said, Dad, I'm gay. He's like, well, I'm gay, too. He didn't want to take her shine, so he just left it and said, all right, I'm going to just go ahead and be straight until it wear off for her. I'm like, that's not going to wear off, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
40 more years. Yeah.
I think we just need to corral a bunch of 90-year-olds and just get them to confess to stuff. Because it sounds like that's around the age where they just don't care anymore. And it's just like,
right.
Hey, I'm gay. Hey, I lied about Emmett Till. Things like that.
Hey, I'm not your dad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what else I thought when I read that article? I was like, 90 years old. Like, what if all of that is dementia and he really ain't gay?
Oh, jeez.
What if that whole thing is made up and Philip's family, like, we never knew he was gay. And they don't know that this dude is just thinking dementia stories and like, yeah, we was gay, we was lovers, man, back 60 years ago. And Philip in his grave turning over like, he lying. He lying.
Yeah,
he lied on
too. I'm like, what if Philip ain't want his business out there like that? Like, Philip's family may not have known none of this. He ain't want this family. Now you didn't put Philip on blast. He in his grave, like Joe said, turning over. But Ken,
right.
listen, Ken knew he was gay. He joined the Navy. Come on, man. He knew what he was. Come on, man. He was a naval man. Come on.
Yeah, he was. So you saying he was in the seaman? Is that what? Because he was a Navy seaman. Is that what it was? And he was probably in a nursing home. This is my theory. He was in a nursing home. He tried to tell everybody last year, but nobody could hear him. He was like, I'm gay. They was like, huh? Because they couldn't hear. You know what I mean? Huh? Say it in my good ear. But there's that. There are your stories. Round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Joker's Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, lighten it up. All right, Jamal, man, tell me what you're working on, man, because I know you stay with projects.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you, man, and the Joe Bliss and the young lady. Appreciate everybody, man. This was fun. At Joya, I'm going to mess her name up. Miss Johnson. I call it Miss Johnson. At Jamal Doman, JamalDoman, at Jamal Doman, Twitter, Instagram. Dope Dealers Podcast, every Thursday, new episode, Dope Dealers Podcast. That's Dealers with an S. You can listen to us on every podcast outlet, man. Appreciate it.
All right, there it is. Jay Bliss.
Appreciate you having me on, man. Good meeting all of y'all, man. Bliss is Ignorant Podcast comes out every Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and Spotify. I also do HBCU stories on Sunday nights on Facebook and YouTube, and I also do Comedians Chopping It Up on Wednesdays on Facebook and YouTube. So y'all look me up at Comedian J Bliss. That's the letter J, BLISS, or look up hashtag TTBS. You'll be able to find me. Appreciate the time.
I appreciate y'all, man. There it is. And, of course, Joyelle Nicole Johnson.
Yes, sir. You can find me at Joyelle Nicole across all social media. And I'm going to be making an appearance at the Black National Convention, which is going to be at the end of August. So look out for that. The Black National Convention is going to have a stream online, and I contributed a video to that. So
now, wait a minute. Now, what is that? That sounds like I'm unfamiliar. That sounds like the Black People Awards from Living Color. Is that something different? Black People Awards.
It's something different because the focus is on voting. So speaking of BS and campaigns and Kanye West, we need to focus on the prize right now and getting the fool out of office so that we can really focus on a Black agenda. So, yeah, Google Black National Convention.
Oh, the Black National Convention. It's going down.
Yes, the movement for Black Lives. The movement for Black Lives.
Okay.
Yes, they are behind the 2020 Black National Convention. It's going to be on August 28th.
Now, before I let y'all go, man, I got the three of y'all on here, three working, touring comics, man. Briefly, talk about what comedy is right now for you. What stand-up comedy is looking like. Are you back out doing shows? Are you back? Is your calendar filling up? Like, what does the landscape look as we approach this second lockdown?
That's a good question.
I'm not doing shows at all. I'm not doing shows. I'm not doing anything outdoors, but I am doing shows online. And I also moved to Atlanta. I left Brooklyn. I escaped Brooklyn and came down to Georgia so that I could vote in a swing state and register for a gun and have some central air with a washer dryer. So, yeah, I'll be doing shows in my walk-in closet.
I know that's right. Applause for that. Yeah. So wait a minute. You just got there and applying for firearms already?
Oh, heck yeah, I'm doing it. I'm registering for a gun and to vote. You know what I'm saying? Karen Hunter says all the Black people register for a gun, we're gonna get some gun control.
Oh, absolutely. You already see Biden talking about a ban on assault rifles. That's like his issue number one already. Soon as Black people get in the streets with guns, 1,000 deep. Now the laws want to change, but you know how that is.
Yep.
You know how it go. Jay Bliss, what does the landscape look like for you?
I did a couple of shows maybe a month ago. I didn't feel comfortable actually out there on stage, man. So I shut the rest of my tour dates down for the rest of the year because I didn't feel it. Like the crowds, they just don't care. The people that were at those shows, they didn't believe in coronavirus. And they didn't have masks on, and I'm sitting on stage changing the mic out, looking at them like, wait a minute, y'all laughing towards me. Like all this air coming towards me. Right. I'm standing up here like with a target on my chest, and it's just it's irresponsible for me, I felt. So I just said, look, I'm going to shut it down. I'm still going to be funny, and when all this stuff gets figured out, man, I hit the stage, you know what I mean? So
yeah, you can be funny and alive.
And alive, right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jamal?
Last night I did my first show since March. My first outdoor shows. I've been doing some Zoom shows. Actually, I got another Zoom show tonight I'm doing the DMV Laugh House show. But last night was my first return since March. It was an outdoor show. They had it was at the GS Lounge out here in LA and Inglewood. So socially distanced. I still like Joe Bliss was saying. I was a little uncomfortable, a little bit. The stage was away from the crowd, so they wasn't up on me. They was wiping the mic down between each comic. I was a little rusty. Obviously, I knew that, but it was just weird. It was just weird. I don't know when I'm gonna do another live show, but I'm doing Zoom and I'm just doing my IG live show, and I don't know. I have no idea, man. I guess the virus is going to tell us. It's going to dictate when we come back out or where comedy is. The virus. We can't. The virus is going to tell us what it's going to do.
Right, and I feel like we have to get used to changing the way we deliver comedy, be it virtually or whatever. Yep. But audiences have to too. That's the part that a lot of us aren't talking about. Like, audiences have to change the way they consume our content as well. Like, their appetite has to change. They gotta get used to seeing us on that screen in the palm of their hand. You know what I mean? Or in front of their computer, and not wanting to go out and create those dangerous scenarios in public. And we just got so I feel like that gets left out in conversation when we talk about it. But it'll be interesting to see. So, in the meantime, in between time, Joker's Wild will definitely come back, and we'll be able to get our funny off right on the program. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you. This is a great idea. Keep it going, man. Keep supporting stand-up comedy. Lamont, you always been with it.
Appreciate you. All right, there it is, y'all. Jamal Doman from Dope Dealers Podcast, Jay Bliss from Bliss is Ignorant, and, of course, Joyelle Nicole Johnson, fan favorite from the Karen Hunter Show. You are listening to the Karen Hunter Show. My name is Lamont King. I'm filling in for the vacationing Karen Hunter, who's canvassing voter registration neighborhoods in multiple zip codes at the same time. We will be back after a short break.